Hello, this is Dr. Judy Ladley. We're going to be talking about Judy's Journal. It's going to be a good one today. It's talking about potted plants. I'm going to read it through. It's kind of in parable form. Listen carefully. A potted plant display. It shows well. The controlled environment is showy. It draws attention to itself. It is separated from bad seeds and implants. In contrast, his garden of hybrids changes the entire landscape of nations. It spreads itself beyond the confines of men's deco pots. The heavenly gardener waters and nourishes his plants. He also protects them from evil elements in human nature and people who attempt to trample all over the pots. Once you've been captured and cramped up in a confined pot to bring attention to just the pot, your only escape from that environment is to die daily. Have you heard the verse? I die daily. Your dying produces his seed, which will be reseeded into his garden called going into all the world to preach the gospel. Now, the scripture verse, Matthew 13:3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower goeth forth to sow. The sowing is important. Let's unpack, not unearth the plants, but let's unpack this beautiful parable thought pattern that the Lord gave me. A potted plant on display, very showy. Now, religions can show well on the surface. They might grow fast due to the fertilizer that they're planted in. It's compost, a little fertilizer. With that comes oftentimes molds and maggots. In 1 Timothy 5:6, let me read it. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth. We'd like to lime away all of the destitute or the lies or the gossip or all the slandering that can take place. It says, those of corrupt mind and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such, withdraw thyself. Wow. I'm going to bring two verses now that Jesus used. He only used supposed 2 times in the New Testament. These are Jesus' words. Thinking of the word supposing. In Luke 12:51 it says, Suppose ye that I came to give peace on the earth? ? Nay, but rather division. And Jesus answering said unto them, this is Luke 13:2 now, Suppose ye that these Galileans were sinners above all the Galileans, because they suffered such things? Wait. In the Christian life, there's suffering. Does that mean that the believers, the true-hearted Christians are all sinners? They're suffering because they're getting what they got? No. There's spiritual warfare in the army of God. So the controlled environment, which who are the proud pots, they're really beautifully decorated and very showy. They draw attention to themselves. They glory in keeping all eyes on them. It can be a spiritual antonym now. Now, the opposite of the showy, all eyes on me. The me, my, I group. Now, in Luke 6:22, an antonym spiritually. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
New message is received from Connect Yolanda Velasquez.
His garden of lively plants changed the entire landscape of nations. It spreads itself beyond the confines of man's decopots. We make up his garden alive from the dead. Acts 3:15. And killed the Prince of Life, whom God hath raised from the dead, whereof we are witnesses. Alive from the dead. And the heavenly gardener waters and he nourishes his plants. He also protects them from evil elements in human nature and people who attempt to trample all over them. Now, Matthew 6:7 says, Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. We are precious. We are his lively plants to be planted throughout the nations. If you've been captured or cramped up in a confined pot just to bring attention to the pot, your only escape from that environment is to die. Wow. What does that mean? Galatians 2:20. For I'm crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ lives within us. It's a blessed truth. I'm going to finish again. Finally with Matthew 13:3 again. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. That's what it's all about. Be blessed. Judy's Journal. Shalom.